Hey, what up? It's me, Peedee, back again. Video number 2. Finally, we made it to number 2. It's been it took me like a year, but it's okay. So officially, video number 2. What I want to talk about is vices. Since it's only been like half a week, there's not much to report on the weight loss front. So I figured I'd take a topic that's kind of close to my heart. So last week, I told you guys about how I rewarded myself with a can of Red Bull. Let me look at this. Here's a can of Red Bull. Talking about vices. So one of my vices is Red Bull, or energy drinks in general. It's kind of a weird thing. So when I was 16, I started smoking. Which I quit a year ago. So I've smoked for 10 years. So that you could say that was like a huge vice of mine. It was kind of hard to stop at first, and then all of a sudden, like the switch flipped, right? And I just quit. I mean, it took me like 3 attempts, but on the third attempt, it's kind of like with the weight loss thing. Like I attempted it a few times. And then finally the flip just switched. Like I realized, especially with smoking, like there's zero positive things about smoking, right? Just like being overweight, I cannot see any positive things about it. Aside from like maybe like you're a little bit warmer in the winter or something. I don't know. I don't know if it works that way, maybe. But yeah, I don't see the positives anymore. So the thing with energy drinks for me has always been that I do like kind of still see positives in a weird way, and maybe I don't feel the impact of what they actually do to your body. So full transparency, right? I started drinking energy drinks when I was like probably around like 16, 17. And back then it was like the big half-liter Rockstar cans. But you're like a teenager, so you don't have a lot of money. I still don't, but back then I had even less money. So you start out with like a little bit, like drinking a little bit, like I'll have like a can every weekend or something. But I remember a time where I started like getting one of my first jobs. I was like working at a supermarket. And all of a sudden I had enough money to just buy things. So what did I do, as you do as a young person? You just buy things you want in that moment, like food and snacks and energy drinks. So the thing with energy drinks is it only got more over the years. I think like 2 months ago, right before the weight loss thing, I drank about 8 of these little cans a day, every day. I don't even know what I should say about that. Like, it's so crazy. And I'm saying it's crazy. Right? Because it is crazy. But I'm sure if I was in a worse like mental state, I would probably slip back right towards there again. Although like now I have the weight loss journey going on, so that's the thing that's stopping me from going like full downhill when it comes to that. But somehow it's like hard to erase that thing from my life. I don't really know why, and I'm trying to figure out why it is so hard. I don't know if anyone that's watching this has dealt with this. I have Googled about like energy drink addiction. I'll just call it that. But yeah, there's like very little known about it somehow. The thing is, it messes with so many things, right? So I'll get tired during the day and I'll like drink an energy drink and it like spikes your blood sugar and you're like hyped for a little bit. Although even that doesn't work that well for me anymore because it's almost like I'm numb to it, right? It's kind of like when you smoke, you'll need like more smoking. For me, it's like I need more energy drinks when I drink them. and I'll like sleep worse. Like I'll have a normal sleep schedule. Then one evening I'll drink a Red Bull, and I'll stay up like 2 hours past my usual bedtime, and all of a sudden everything is messed up, you know. So it's kind of a derailing thing, I guess, which is weird because it's just a drink, right? It's not even like alcohol or anything. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is, I think everybody has their own kind of vices, and it doesn't like it. Who am I to say what a vice should be? Like what is crazy and what is not, right? Maybe someone, you know, that TLC show of people that eat toilet paper. It's such a weird comparison, but actually it's not, because for those people, eating toilet paper is their thing, right? Which is probably not that good for you. I mean, I wouldn't try that, but yeah, the only logical solution is to cut this out of my life, right? Which I have thought about many times if I should or not. Because, okay, for one, like, I do like the taste. I do like the effect compared to like alcohol. If it's like a Friday night and I'm having like a gaming session with my friends, I would rather have an energy drink and be like a little bit more pepped up than have like a glass of alcohol. Talking is hard. So I'm like thinking as I speak, because as I'm speaking, my mind is saying, well, maybe you should not cut this out, because well, maybe if you only do it on a Friday night, right? But I like, during the first weeks of this whole process, I quit them, and it was good. Like, I slept well, I felt good. I didn't feel like I relied on them for energy. Like, things were just good. And then I was like, well, maybe I can have like 2 of them on a Friday night. Turns out I could, but then I'd also have to drink a few the next day and the next day and the next day. And I've got a few here and 2 more in the fridge. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, it's a never-ending thing where, like, I need to accept that this is a thing that I cannot control right now, at least. So yeah, before I started this video, I was like, I need to maybe set a goal of not drinking more than X amount per day for at least like a week. And then I would keep it at that, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of live adjusting my goals in the video right now. Since I said I kind of want to quit them, the more I speak about it, the more stupid it sounds that I'm drinking these things. But I also know that it's very hard for me to just like straight up kick the caffeine all of a sudden. So I'll set a goal for next week on Wednesday, right? So I'm not gonna go cold turkey. I'll drink 1 at most for the next week, and I'll have 2 on a Friday. That's it. If that's the goal, that might sound ridiculous, because you might think, well, Peedee, you're still drinking them every day. And I'm like, oh, I know. But if I didn't, I would drink like 7 a day. That's way worse. So I mean, the whole mindset of small goals, right? That's the process. I think if I do it too drastically, I might like catapult into the other direction and just say screw it, and then I'll drink even more of them, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's the goal I'm setting. I mean, alongside all the usual stuff. I mean, I have my fitness, but I can't open it right now because I'm using the Canon app, which makes me able to remote control my camera, which is great technology. But yeah, I've stayed under my FitnessPal limits, the calorie limits, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good on that. Let's add in a little other goal, which is a little goal for me. It's pretty big, but it's not as drastic as it could be. So let's make the small improvement on that. If you guys have anything you want to ask about this, let me know in the comments. If you have any of your own stories to tell, feel free to like shoot me a message or even post that in the comments if you want to share it with other people. I'm curious to hear what you guys' like kind of vices are, I suppose. Maybe one of you guys likes to eat toilet paper as well. I hope not, but yeah. Okay, so let's end it there. I'll keep it shorter than the last time. Yep, press the thumbs up, press subscribe. I still want that custom thumbnail. Click the bell if you want to get notifications every time I post, which is every Wednesday, and a few times in between because I have some random video ideas which I want to do, but not on a Wednesday because Wednesday is the day for these kind of videos. Okay, that's it. Done. Bye. Peace.